Host, welcome to The Heart's Crossroads, a series dedicated to exploring the pivotal moments that define our lives, the difficult choices we face, and the secret truths that simmer just beneath the surface of our relationships. Before we dive into this fascinating and complicated story, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share your thoughts in the comments section below. Your participation and engagement help us bring you more compelling stories like this one. Thank you, and we hope you have a truly enjoyable and thought-provoking experience. Today's story is about a woman named Alice, whose heart is torn between two paths. One is paved with the comfort of a familiar yet faltering marriage. The other is ignited by an unexpected life-altering request from Noah, her longtime confidant. When Noah asks for something more, something that transcends their years of deep friendship, Alice finds herself at a profound crossroads. Should she honor the vows she made to her husband, or explore the undeniable spark that has blossomed between them in the shadows of her loneliness? The choice she faces will alter everything she knows. Will she choose love or loyalty? Alice's decision holds the key. Alice, narrator. As the late afternoon sun gently poured through the blinds of my snug Seattle apartment, it painted the hardwood floor with warm, golden streaks, creating a scene that felt almost magical in its deceptive tranquility. In the stillness of the room, the sudden, sharp buzz of my phone on the glass coffee table broke the silence, a jarring reminder of the world that existed outside my quiet solitude. As my eyes fell upon the screen, a familiar, almost reflexive flutter of excitement danced in my heart at the sight of that name. Noah. My dearest companion since our college days, the one soul in the world who could effortlessly, almost instinctively bring a genuine smile to my face, especially on the days when the shadows of my life loomed particularly large. I answered the call, my voice carrying a gentle warmth that belied the weariness of a long, emotionally draining day. "Hello, Noah." "Hello, Alice." Noah's voice floated through the speaker, airy and light as always, yet tinged with a subtle hint of anxiety that prompted me to sit up a little taller on the couch, my full attention now captured. "As my birthday approaches," he began, "my mind keeps wandering through all the memories and dreams that seem to swirl around this particular occasion. I sense that you have one of your grand, elaborate schemes brewing for our celebration, but I was yearning for a bit of a twist this year. A unique moment, just for me." A gentle curve formed on my lips, a soft, fond smile, yet my brows knitted together in a subtle expression of concern. Noah's tone carried a certain softness, a hint of uncharacteristic uncertainty that revealed a layer of deep vulnerability beneath his usually cheerful, confident surface. With a playful glint in my eye, I teased him gently, "Happy almost birthday, you. And you can rest assured I have everything under control for us. Don't you worry for a second. Picture this, a delightful dinner at that Italian place you love, followed by a hilariously disastrous round of karaoke that might just lead to some truly amusing, blackmail-worthy moments in front of a live audience." Noah let out a brief, fleeting chuckle, a sound that seemed to catch in his throat, hinting at something much deeper and unspoken lurking just beneath the surface of his words. "Indeed, you always reign supreme in the realm of planning, yet I find myself uncertain about something. Perhaps you might lend me a hand with a gift I've had on my mind." "A present yet? Not the ordinary sort." My smile dimmed, giving way to a spark of genuine curiosity, now intertwined with a palpable hint of unease. "Very well. Tell me. What is it you're thinking of?" A heavy, charged silence lingered on the line, long enough for my stomach to twist itself into tight, anxious knots. I could sense Noah's breath on the other end, a rhythm of deep, profound uncertainty, as if he were grappling with the monumental decision to break the silence, to say the unsayable. At last, he released a single, trembling breath, his words spilling forth in a hurried yet deliberate cascade that would change everything. "Alice, for my birthday this year, I long for a kiss. From you." The atmosphere in the room, once so peaceful, suddenly felt heavy, thick, as if it were charged with a decade's worth of unspoken words and lingering, unresolved secrets. My heart began to race, a frantic, wild pounding against my ribs, as the full weight and meaning of his request settled deep within my soul. A gentle brush of lips, a kiss, from Noah. My dearest companion, my confidant, the one man who had stood by my side, unwavering, through every heartache, every disappointment, every silent, bitter clash with my husband Richard. In each of those fleeting, painful instants, it had always been Noah who felt like my lifeline, the one person keeping me from being pulled under, from gasping for air in the suffocating silence of my own home. I stood still, my grip on the phone growing firmer, my knuckles turning white. "A kiss," I murmured, my voice a delicate, breathless whisper that seemed to dance, fragile and uncertain in the charged air. "There is a greater depth to this request than merely giving it a nod of approval," Noah remarked, his voice now tinged with a palpable sense of unease, as if he regretted the words the moment they left his lips. "It may seem a bit wild, and I certainly don't wish to alarm you or make things uncomfortable. I've often found myself pondering, you see, what it might truly be like. On this special day of mine, I figured it might be the perfect, perhaps only moment to make such a request, just this once." I sank back onto the couch, my thoughts swirling like a violent tempest. A powerful jolt of disbelief surged within me, soon accompanied by a tumultuous sea of conflicting feelings that completely eluded my grasp. Noah had always been a constant, steadying presence in my life. His warm brown eyes, always sparkling with a deep, intuitive understanding. His easy, comforting smile that could light up a room, and the uncanny, almost magical way he seemed to sense just what I needed to hear in any given moment. I had, of course, caught the fleeting, lingering gazes now and then, the way our hands seemed to linger for just a moment too long when passing a coffee cup, or the comfortable way we would share a blanket on those cozy, platonic movie nights. An unspoken, powerful connection had always danced between us. Yet, I had always carefully, deliberately, attributed it to the deep, unshakable bond of our friendship. I had to. And now, in this moment, his words floated in the air, delicate and tenuous, yet powerful enough to unravel the very fabric of our carefully maintained connection. I don't know, Noah," I said at last, my voice quivering with a profound, soul-deep uncertainty. This is quite a bit, isn't it? In the tapestry of my life, you shine as my closest, most cherished companion, but I am still a married woman. The term married weighed heavily on my tongue, a constant bitter echo of the promise I had so hopefully given to Richard so many years ago, despite the stark reality that our union had been slowly, painfully deteriorating for months, for years. Richard's increasing emotional distance had carved out a vast, chilling emptiness in my life, a deep-seated, constant ache I desperately endeavored to overlook each day. And now Noah's request had awakened a dangerous, exhilarating flicker of curiosity, perhaps even a hint of a long-suppressed, deeply buried longing. "I understand," Noah spoke in a hurried, soft whisper, his tone gentle and warm, a balm to my frayed nerves. "I wish, above all else, to keep the harmony between us intact. If this becomes overwhelming for you, I will retrieve it. I will take it back, I promise you." With a gentle, shuddering sigh, I let my eyelids fall shut, my fingers instinctively gripping the edge of the couch as if seeking comfort and grounding in its familiar, solid embrace. "Allow me a moment, Noah. Allow me a moment to ponder this. I just need a moment to breathe." Absolutely, Noah responded, a wave of palpable relief shining through his voice. Feel free to take as long as you wish. We'll meet tomorrow, as planned, for my birthday celebration. Yes, I confirmed, my voice barely a whisper. We shall converse then. As I concluded the call, I gazed at my phone, my heart pounding with a dizzying mix of fear and anticipation. Noah's request carried a weight that transcended mere words. It marked a pivotal, unavoidable moment in both our lives. In the quiet, lonely corners of my mind, I reflected on the long, slow, agonizing journey of my marriage's decay, the chilling, silent voids that now filled the space where the warmth and easy laughter between me and Richard used to flourish. And in my mind's eye, Noah lingered like a whisper from a forgotten, happier tale. His steadfast encouragement, his infectious laughter that echoed like a beautiful soul-stirring melody, weaving through the air with a charm that captivated all who heard it. He had a way of making me feel seen, cherished, almost saintly. And so we arrived at this moment. A gentle brush of lips. It was a seemingly insignificant detail in the grand scheme of a life, yet it bore the heavy, crushing burden of countless emotions left unsaid, of years of quiet yearning. In the days that followed, I found myself unable to rid my mind of Noah's intriguing, heart-stopping request. It danced in my thoughts constantly, echoing like a melody I couldn't help but sing along to in the quiet moments of my day. I attempted to brush it off as a passing whim, a fleeting moment of birthday fancy. Yet the reality of my feelings was far more difficult to overlook. Noah was more than just a friend. He was my sanctuary, a safe harbor where I could find solace, where I could be my truest, most unguarded self. Our late-night conversations under the stars, the way he would drop everything without hesitation to come to my aid whenever I needed him. In the stillness of those moments, our gazes would inevitably intertwine, and an unvoiced, powerful connection would linger palpably in the air between us. Everything converged into a single, undeniable realization I had never before allowed myself to fully articulate. My marriage, in stark contrast, seemed like a mere hollow echo of its former self. Richard found himself perpetually burning the midnight oil, lost in the demanding depths of his tasks at his architecture firm. His replies to my texts, when they came at all, were brief, perfunctory, almost clinical. His physical presence, even when he was at home, felt like a whisper from a distant, inaccessible land. The easy, comfortable closeness we once shared, both deeply emotional and tangible, had slipped away so gradually, so stealthily, that I almost hadn't noticed it was gone entirely. I was left feeling as though I had vanished into thin air, a ghost haunting the halls of my own home. I longed with a desperate, aching intensity for the simple warmth of being wanted, for the profound embrace of simply existing and being seen in someone's loving gaze. And now, Noah's request had gently, terrifyingly, nudged open a door I had long consciously hesitated to cross. Host. Alice is facing an impossible choice, a decision that weighs her marital vows against a deep, soul-level connection that has been her lifeline. Her loneliness is palpable, and Noah's request represents a path to feeling seen and desired again. If her emotional struggle resonates with you, please hit that like button to show your support for telling these deeply human stories. And let us know in the comments. What do you do when the person who feels most like home isn't the person you share a house with? Now, back to Alice's story. On the day of Noah's birthday, a subtle yet profound energy filled the air. He had envisioned a quiet, intimate evening, just the two of them, wrapped in the warmth of each other's company, focused solely on the tale at hand. He had secured a charming private room at a quaint boutique hotel nestled in the heart of downtown Philadelphia, a hidden gem far removed from the bustling noise of urban life. As he picked up the phone to confirm his reservation, his voice carried a practiced calmness, yet beneath it, I could almost feel the vibrant current of his nervous excitement. "All is in place," he had texted me earlier. "A delightful dinner, a splendid vista, only the two of us." "Are you in?" "Count me in," I had replied, my own voice revealing a confusing blend of breathless excitement and profound apprehension. I wouldn't dream of missing it. In a realm where quiet elegance met deep intimacy, the hotel embraced its guests with soft, ambient lighting and plush velvet curtains, wrapping them in a cocoon of warmth and comfort. As we entered the private elevator, a palpable thrill raced through my heart. Noah had meticulously, thoughtfully crafted each and every detail. In the suite, dozens of candles danced softly, their flames casting gentle, flickering shadows that seemed to whisper secrets of the night. The furniture was soft and inviting, and through the large picture window, the soft murmur of the city far below was a distant, comforting hum. It was an undeniable tale of romance, and it sent a dangerous thrill through my veins. I found myself caught in a dizzying whirlwind of emotions, unsure whether my nerves stemmed from the anticipation of the night ahead or the undeniable, overwhelming sense of belonging I felt with Noah by my side. Noah filled our glasses with a rich amber whiskey, the liquid swirling like a story waiting to be told. With each step carefully measured, his gaze flickered to meet mine, a powerful spark of connection igniting in the air between us, a silent quest for a sign. "To a memorable birthday," he proclaimed, his glass meeting mine with a cheerful, resonant clink. The warm, amber liquid cascaded down my throat, igniting a fiery, welcome sensation that began to unravel the tight, anxious knot coiled within my chest. The dinner unfolded like a beautifully crafted, intimate story. Each dish was a chapter more delightful, more exquisite than the last. A gentle, unhurried waltz of delicious tastes and deeply personal dialogue unfolded between us. We shared tales of our work, our experiences. We spoke of books we had read, of visions for what lies ahead, yet deep within the conversation, a single, monumental question hung in the air, unvoiced, yet utterly palpable. Each fleeting gaze, each accidental, lingering brush of our fingers as we exchanged a plate, felt electrified. I sensed the powerful magnetic connection that drew us inexorably together, a force so potent it pulled me in, while simultaneously sending shivers of profound fear down my spine. As the night deepened, the room itself appeared to close in around us, the space shrinking until it contained only the two of us. The distance between us dwindled, thickening the air with an intensity that was nearly overwhelming. We made our way to the comfortable, oversized couch, the flickering candlelight illuminating our faces with a gentle, flattering warmth. With a fluttering heart, I found myself completely ensnared by the sheer intensity of Noah's gaze. It was gentle, yet it seemed to linger, anticipating my choice, my answer to the question that hung between us. "Are you all right, Alice?" Noah inquired, his voice a soft murmur that pierced through the charged stillness. With a gentle nod, I acknowledged the monumental weight of the moment, even as a fresh wave of apprehension pressed upon my chest. "Yes, I'm not quite sure, Noah. There's something about this evening that feels so unique, so grand." He leaned in a bit closer, his hands fidgeting nervously on his knees, a hint of his own profound tension palpable in the air. "Last night," he began, his voice taking on a hushed, almost confessional timbre, rich with significance. My mind wandered through a labyrinth of thoughts, each one more captivating, more terrifying than the last. "I was thinking about today, about my birthday wish." He paused. "What are your thoughts, Alice? Perhaps this evening?" My breath hitched in my throat. My rational mind, My conscience clamored for me to halt, to ponder upon Richard, to keep the promises I had so solemnly made alive in my heart. Yet, a different part of me, the part that craved connection, that yearned for passion, the part that had been so cruelly, so silently starved for so long, beckoned me onward, toward him. As I reflected on the countless moments shared with Noah, memories danced through my mind like whispers of a bygone, more vibrant era. He had a presence that was unwavering, a constant in the tumultuous ebb and flow of my life. In the gentle, accepting way he always acknowledged my presence, I felt truly, deeply recognized. I reflected on the long, slow, painful journey of my marriage's decay, the chilling, silent gap that had widened between me and Richard. On those long, quiet, lonely nights, I had often found myself lost in thought, pondering whether this empty, hollow existence was the entirety of what my life was meant to be. "I don't know what this means, Noah," I said at last, my voice quivering with a raw, unfiltered emotion. Yet, a sensation stirs deep within me. "Gather around, for I have a tale to share about a feeling I have for you, a feeling I have always had." It was a moment shrouded in a profound uncertainty, leaving me at a complete loss for how to confront it. Noah's gaze became incredibly gentle, a profound glimmer of hope shining deep within them. "I wouldn't want to rush you, Alice. Yet this desire, it has lingered in my heart for what feels like an eternity. It was always so much more than just the idea of a kiss. It was you." The words washed over me, igniting a tumultuous, dizzying blend of fear and pure exhilaration within my soul. I found myself poised at the very brink of an unchangeable, life-altering fate. For the first time in so many years, I felt a powerful stirring deep within me, a desire to cast aside caution and step beyond the self-imposed boundaries of my lonely existence. With a quivering breath, I leaned closer to him, the very air between us thick with anticipation. My fingers, trembling slightly, gently caressed his cheek. His skin radiated a surprising, comforting warmth. His eyes were a wide, astonished canvas, yet anchored in an unwavering, tender conviction. And then, with a gentle grace that felt both terrifyingly reckless and wonderfully liberating, I pressed my lips to his. The kiss began with a soft, gentle hesitation, a tentative, exploratory journey into the depths of a long-suppressed, unspoken connection. It was as though both of us were caught in a shared moment of profound disbelief, unable to fully grasp the reality that was finally, beautifully, unfolding before our eyes. With a gentle yet firm grip, Noah's hands settled on my waist, drawing me nearer to him. As our lips met again, the kiss unfolded, becoming richer, more intentional, each precious moment savored. It was a moment that transcended a simple kiss. Years of unspoken emotions, of deep yearning, of an inextricably intertwined bond were finally being acknowledged, released. For me, it was a moment of profound, soul-shaking awakening. In that instant, I was filled with a vibrant, electrifying energy that coursed through my veins, my heart racing, a dizzying whirlwind of pure exhilaration and a dawning, poignant remorse swirling within me. For Noah, it was the beautiful, heart-stopping culmination of all his secret dreams and long-held desires, a dream he had hidden away for countless years. As we finally, reluctantly, drew apart, the atmosphere in the room had shifted, now crackling with a new, potent, undeniable energy. My breath came in quick, shallow gasps, my thoughts whirling like a tempest. Noah's face was flushed with a warm, becoming glow, his eyes sparkling with a delightful blend of pure wonder and unadulterated happiness. "I never imagined," he began, his voice a soft, awed whisper. "It caught me off guard, this feeling." "Nor did I." I spoke in an equally soft whisper, my own heart a tempest of conflicting, overwhelming feelings. A heavy, crushing weight of remorse for my broken vows pulled at my heart, yet alongside it came a powerful, undeniable wave of liberation I had not experienced in many, many years. A line had been crossed, irrevocably, and thus the path ahead was set, with no possibility of turning back. The night unfurled like a delicate, intricate tapestry, woven with threads of newfound, breathless intimacy and a quiet, blossoming warmth. With a tender, reverent caress, Noah's touch conveyed both warmth and profound care, respectful and gentle, as we ventured into the uncharted territories of intimacy, discovering depths within ourselves and each other we had never before dared to explore. In that moment, I was swept away by an overwhelming wave of longing, yet there was an unwavering, absolute trust that I felt for Noah. I understood the very depths of his heart, and I knew without a single shred of doubt that he would never, ever bring me harm. As we lay together, the familiar lines that had once clearly defined our friendship began to fade away, beautifully, terrifyingly, transforming into something more profound, something unrefined, something exquisitely real. Host. And so, with a single long-awaited kiss, the boundary between friendship and love was crossed, leaving Eleanor and Liam in a new, uncharted territory. Their story is a powerful, if complicated, look at emotional voids and the human heart's persistent search for connection, for a feeling of being truly seen and desired. It raises difficult questions with no easy answers. When a marriage becomes a silent, empty space, where does loyalty end and the right to personal happiness begin? Alice's choice was not simple, and it was fraught with the weight of her vows and the potential for deep heartache. Yet it was also a choice to feel alive again, to step out of the shadows of a lonely existence. Their story reminds us that the matters of the heart are rarely black and white. They exist in the complex, often messy, grey areas. It's a testament to the fact that sometimes the most forbidden paths are the ones that lead us back to ourselves. What path would you have chosen if you were in Alice's position? What lessons did you learn from their journey? Share your insights and reflections in the comments section below. Your opinion is very important to our community. Thank you for joining us on Forbidden Hearts. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video to encourage more meaningful discussions. We'll see you in the next tale.